folks, and welcome to another Sunday morning Samoflange. I am on my own for a few more weeks as Benjamin hops on to another show in Canada. Goes up to Canada for a while, so I don't know when he's coming back, if he's coming back this year. But real quick, a podcast we were going to do, but everyone was too busy, was in memoriam for a friend of ours who passed away. He was a radio DJ here in town. We all worked with him in theater and around town. He wasn't a good guy. He was good and bad. You know, he had his fits, he had his moments, so to say. But unexpectedly, he passed away a few weeks ago, and just wanted to share a few memories of him, and then I will go into a few minor top fives that someone gave me some suggestions there. And so first off, the guy's name was John Reynolds, really nice guy. My very first show I did, Beauty and the Beast, he was there. He was a part of the cast. He was one of the cast that made me feel welcome. It was great working with him and a lot of good memories. The second thing that was a lot of fun with him was when we did Oscar and Felix together. Now, of course, Oscar and Felix, when Mikey and I really bonded, along with Mark Addison, another friend of ours. And I remember I was not interested in doing the show. I was actually thinking I was coming in to help out with the Christmas show, and then found out they wanted me to audition for this. I was like, nope. And I remember I turned around and walked back out. And in the parking lot, John ran me down and said, hey, I asked them to call you. I want you in this show with me. And that was very nice. Now, John and I haven't done a show, and in fact, I don't think we did a show since then. We always see each other. We would laugh. When I worked at the radio people, John had some issues. He had some alcohol issues, and so he had to take a trip, go away for a bit. And I took over for him at the radio DJ place 15 years ago, almost to the date. And so when I first started working with the company I'm at, they had to adjust my hours so I could finish the morning show. Because after John came back from rehab, he did ask me if I would stay on for a couple more months as he kind of got back into the swing of things. And so we did, and we had a great time. He and I did the show, and, we laughed and talked and everything. And, it was really nice to get to know him. And every time I stopped by the radio people, we'd always laugh about good times. I did a few bits on the radio with him. He'd have me pull up a mic and, put on some headphones and go at it for over a commercial break or whatever. We'd chat a little bit. So he was really nice, laid back, good with a lot of friends there. And like I said, we never worked on another show before. And, of course, we saw each other, big hug is probably what would happen. And we'd surprised to see how we were doing. Sad to see him go. He did have some health issues before, which, I don't know if he would have taken the best care of himself, but that was John. John was going to do what John wanted to do. He wasn't stubborn. He just wanted to have fun and laughing and everything. And if he was gone, he'd be saying everyone needs to keep laughing. So, but really good guy. I know Benjamin really liked him because Benjamin worked on the show with him earlier this year, I want to say. And it was this summer Benjamin worked on a show with him. And Benjamin was a part of that show specifically because of John. So John really stood up with people and really, was good to his friends, and he will be missed. He will be missed. I know Mikey had a lot of memories too of working with him and funny stories. Mikey unfortunately could not do this. He's way too busy. Our schedules, actually, not just him. My schedule's also way too busy too, so we couldn't find a good time to meet up. And I didn't know that Benjamin was leaving our show straight to Ontario, which is where he's doing the show Clue. So that was the planned one on it, but that's okay. We won't dwell on sadness here. No. We will dwell on the top five. We got two top fives. Someone suggested these. They are not enough for a regular show, but I said, I could combine these with my John tribute and probably put together a two show. If you don't know, I don't like doing these alone. And it's so funny because my wife said, "Are you going to do a podcast?" Yeah. She went, "Okay, well, let me put the kids to bed." And I was thinking, oh, wait, is she going to join Saturday Morning Samoflange once again? And she goes, "And then we can watch a movie." So for the 30 minutes I'm doing this, she is getting all the kids to bed because she wants to watch a movie. Doesn't want to do the podcast at all. I was about to hold off. I was like, yeah, let's put these kids to bed and you can get on. But no, had no interest in coming back to the podcast. If people don't know, she was the host for a full year of fun. And then she said, screw this, I'm out of here. And she stepped away and hasn't come back since. So anyway, the two of the top 5 that someone suggested, which I don't think we've done. One of them I thought we'd done, but we did not. We were remembering cereals, not talking about our favorite cereals. I don't believe. We may have mentioned that in the podcast, but I'll do that one here. I'll also do one about 5 foods I could eat every day. Top 5 foods. I didn't label these into a top 5. I could do it. Okay, this is a really weird list because it's not really fast food. I wasn't thinking anything fast food. And yeah, there's nothing sweet on here that I could do every day. There's certain things I like, but in moderation. Like, I love pumpkin pie. I mean, bring it on. The month of November is pumpkin pie month. I gain all my weight back over the year on this month because I am eating pies, period. I mean, plural. I'm eating a whole pie. I'm eating half a pie when I sit down. I love me some pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie and gross amounts like that aren't the best thing for you. And already pumpkin pie season has begun. I feel like a little piggy after visiting my mom, and she wants to give me the rest of the pumpkin pie, which she will tomorrow, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Because, I mean, I got to go back for at least 2 big slices every time I eat it. It's so good. But could I eat pumpkin pie every day? No. In fact, I want it to be special. I don't want it to be happening all the time. You know, certain things you just can't eat. Well, I just can't eat every day. But I was thinking of stuff that I could, and I came up with an easy top 5. And I guess working in my mind now, I will put it in order as best I can. One thing I've been doing recently, and I've been doing it since September, I want to say, and it's still something. I get a sack of potatoes, and I cut them up into thin slices, like potato chips. I put some olive oil, then some salt, then some Tony Satry, which is like a little spicy salt, not hot, but just a little kick to it. And I put them in 375, about 20, 25 minutes. And some are crispy, some are not, you know, because they're a little bit thicker than the others. But they are so tasty. And it's the best. I rarely eat chips now anymore. But that potato, I'll eat a whole potato like that. And that will be my dinner is a potato. I love it. Sometimes I'll fry some onions with it. But, or not fry, could cook some, saute some onions with it. But, yeah, those, I don't know what to call it, potato slices, man, that I make. I could eat every day. We get these big, huge bags of potatoes, and we've already gone through one, and the second one, it's been kind of a busy week. I would have been finished with this a few weeks ago, but I've been kind of laying off the potato night. I did have a potato last night, so, you know, but I just love it, the little potato thin slices. The only thing is the kids and my wife will eat them if I'm not paying attention. So I peel them all out of the tray, put them on a bowl just to kind of cool them down for a minute. But in that time, my kids, my wife, and everyone have eaten half of them. They really love them. I was making a few, one for them, a couple for them, and one for me. So now I try to do it when everyone's gone or in bed. I try to eat one. So, but I love those things. And I was thinking, could I do that every day? And as I ate one 2 nights ago, as of this video, I was like, yeah, I could do this every day. If I could. If I knew that no one was going to be around and I could eat them in silence all by myself, I'd have them every day. I think they're awesome. Another one, I've always said this, on my diet, I have a diet at the beginning of the year I do. And usually it's for, everyone knows this, for about 3 months or so. I go on a diet. Well, I've started this 6-month hardcore, it's a little bit more streamlined diet than I'm used to, but I did it, and I can't wait to do it again because I'm splitting it up. I did one in the fall, and I'll do another 6 weeks. I'm doing before and after. So before I kind of get my weight down, and then I'm going to ramp it back up, obviously. In fact, I'm going to gain it all back by December. But at least it's now only 6 weeks. It's a little bit more streamlined. But one of the things I will eat every day on it is a scrambled egg. I do scrambled eggs with hot sauce, jalapenos, some onions, mushrooms, and spinach leaves. It's the best thing in the world. I do eat it every day when I'm on the diet, and I never, not once, have gotten tired of it. I eat the same meal for 6 straight weeks, and I eat it right now. I eat it right now. I've had it once or twice since I've been off the diet, but it just takes a long while to get everything prepped and cooked. So nowadays, I just make a sandwich real quick for me after I'm done feeding, bathing, brushing the kids' teeth, putting them in the bed. So sandwiches is about all the time I have. But back in the day, I'd make the time to make myself that egg scramble. And today, still something I could eat every day. I know it because I've done it before. It's just a great thing, that egg scramble. Something about it. And do I put any? I don't put any salt or pepper on the egg. I guess just the hot sauce is the only thing I got. I must put some salt in it. Surely I put some salt. It's been a while. I don't remember ever putting salt in it. No, I don't. I just put the hot sauce in it. That's it. Maybe if I salt it up. I don't want to get too salty though. But that is just wonderful. I make it's a 6-egg scramble. I wish I could do omelets. I'm just terrible at that. I burn the egg so much. Or I don't like hard rubbery. So my eggs are a little runny and soft, and I like those lumpy. Some people like them like very rubbery, and that's just not me. But anyway, that's number 4, egg scramble. Number 3 is an easy one, and it is fried okra. Now, to be honest, I could probably eat any okra every day, steamed, pickled, which I have before. And I'll be honest, after a while, I will get tired of pickled. Because I was buying jar after jar of pickled okra, and I got tired of it. So I know I can't do that. Boiled okra with a little salt, I haven't done it, but I could probably do it all day. I mean, every day, easily. But fried okra, I never get old. That would never get old. I don't eat fried okra that much because, of course, it's fried. But holy cow, do I love me some fried okra. It's like popcorn, man. That stuff is just delish. Fried okra is one of my favorite vegetables. I think I did a Samoflange a long time ago on top 5 vegetables with a bunch of other top 5s, fruit and stuff. And okra had to be on it. I know squash was on it. I can't remember what else was on that one back in the day, but I know squash and okra. Okra had to be a number 1. I can't think. Well, maybe squash would have been number 1. I don't eat that as much. And the girls hate it. It's the funniest thing. My little girls love broccoli. Love broccoli so much that we made a broccoli, cheese, chicken, rice casserole. They complained because there wasn't enough broccoli in theirs. So they started picking the broccoli out of my plate and putting it on their plate. Both my big girls, 5 years old. And so the next time we had a loaded potato casserole. I cooked a whole thing of broccoli and just put the potato casserole on top of a bowl of broccoli. All the broccoli was gone, and there was only potato casserole left. They ate a little bit of it, but they ate all their broccoli. And they wanted more, but they ate the entire serving of broccoli that I made. Okay? So they are broccoli eaters as their favorite vegetable by far. I like broccoli too. Oh, I love Brussels sprouts. I know that was one of them. And my little girl loves Brussels sprouts too, but true story, she cried when I ate the last Brussels sprout earlier this summer. She got mad at me because I ate the last of the Brussels sprouts because I didn't know anyone wanted them. And she boo-hooed because there were none left. So now I don't get them because I like to eat them. I don't want anyone else to eat them. And it's weird that my girls love Brussels sprouts. And I mean, these 2 girls get salad. When they went out to eat, they got salad one time. I was like, who goes out to eat and gets salad? Another time, what was it? Oh, we went to Applebee's. They got to build their own. They both got chicken tenders and broccoli as their side. They wanted broccoli as their side, not mac and cheese, not potato salad, not nothing. They want not French fries, broccoli. And out of everything, they ate all their broccoli. There was chicken tenders, left and whatnot, but there was no broccoli. There was some bread left or whatever. They had some Texas toast with that, I guess. It was left over, but no broccoli. Broccoli is the first thing they stuff down their mouth because they love it. So wild. They don't get that from me, even though I love my veggies now. I did not love my veggies when I was a kid. But fried okra, excellent. Again, we rarely have fried okra around the house. Usually it is steamed. And my girls like it okay. I'll be honest, I usually eat it without them. And then pickled okra, they will eat all day. They will eat pickles all day. Pickles over dessert. I have some petite pickles in the fridge, and thankfully I've been sneaking them out every night and popping a few in my mouth without them knowing, or else that jar would have been gone the day I bought it. They are pickle fiends at the house, so to speak. Let's go into number 2. Which one of these would be number 2? I don't know, so I'm going to say beef jerky. Beef jerky is something I always love. I can't get it because it costs too much a lot, but I do eat some every once in a while. And I could eat a bag of beef jerky or snap it to a Slim Jim every day. I love beef jerky. There was a good friend of mine who I used to work with every Christmas. She would, or maybe during hunting season, whenever deer hunting season was over, she would deliver deer jerky. And man, she could not give me enough. In fact, me and the whole work team department would fight over who got that deer jerky. And I would literally hide it from my wife. I did that because she ate it all. She'd eat it all. So when the last time I had it, I just hid it up in a cabinet and ate it bit by bit because I wanted it. But beef jerky is excellent. My wife says, I know number 1 would probably be beef jerky for her. Well, it'd be in her top 5. But she could eat beef jerky every day. She loves beef jerky too. We both love beef jerky. True story, I was at a Bassmasters decades ago. I took my little nephews to Bassmasters. No, cousins. They weren't nephews. They were little cousins back then. And they were big into fishing. I didn't care. Bassmasters was in Mobile, Alabama. That's where my grandmother lived at the time. So I took him out there for the whole day. We got on ESPN2 for Bassmasters. And then we just sat around while they took off the boats all day. We sat around all day just looking at fishing line, fishing reels, fishing rods, bait, motors for boats or something. I mean, all this fisherman marketplace. And it hooks, and stuff. Or bobs or whatnot. There was a specialty tent for everything. Like literally, we sat there at 20 minutes looking at fishing line, and my nephews, 12, 13, maybe 14 at the time, they were young teenager if they were teenager, and they were telling me all this stuff. I did not care, but it was sponsored by Boyo Burka, which is a beef jerky company, and they were giving away unlimited beef jerky. I mean, in these big old plastic barrels. There were bottomless beef jerky. It was bottomless beef jerky, just the little mini bags. But you could grab, at first they were handing them out one at a time. But then when the whole crowd left, they were just going to come back later on that night. Boyle Burker's like, oh, we don't have to guard these. And then they're like, hey, help yourself. And so I'd come in there, grab a couple of bags. In fact, they weren't even guarding it anymore because a lot of people had already gone. And then the people who were still there didn't want beef jerky, but I did. And when we left, I grabbed as many bags as I could. As many bags as I could. I ate my weight in beef jerky that day. It was the best day in the world. And I told my cousins, I said, this is great, guys. And they loved it too for the Bassmaster. I said, yeah, but this is the most beef jerky I've ever had in my entire life. This is the happiest day of my life. And it was. It was a great day. I will never forget that day. The day that beef jerky was unlimited. Unlimited beef jerky. What an awesome day. It's like a national holiday. I love Beef Jerky Day. There you go. Never had it since. Never had it since. Number 1. I'm going to go with a regular one. They say Dave Portnoy says he could eat a cheese pizza every day of the week. Good for him. I could do a hamburger. A cheeseburger with pickles, mustard, probably mayonnaise, some onion on there. Every day. Backyard burger. I love it. I could eat a burger probably every day and not get tired. You know, the dressing with the fixings on it, you know. Yeah, I don't think I could ever get tired of a burger. I love burgers. When I go to restaurants, I'm trying to avoid doing this, but I usually always get the burger. If they have a mushroom Swiss burger, it's on. A brisket barbecue, it's on. I'll get whatever burger is on the menu because I want it. I love burgers. I am trying to get more dishes and regular stuff, but I keep my eyes continuously go to the burger. That's a fail-safe for me, and I'm always happy when I have a burger. So that would probably be my number 1 food I could eat every day if I had to. I'm sorry if you were thinking fast food places or something like that, or junk food. There's really no type of junk food. I rarely go out anyway. I go out to get McDonald's for the girls. Actually, today, as of this Saturday that I'm now recording this in, I took my nephew to Church's. But before that, the week before, I taken him to Popeyes, and I did finally order some fast food. They had a ghost pepper chicken sandwich. And I was like, well, I got to try it. And it was okay. It wasn't super hot. I knew it wouldn't be. But that's the first time I've gotten fast food in a long time. I mean, every once in a while, maybe at McDonald's, I just usually eat the baby's leftovers. You know, they usually have 2 chicken nuggets left or whatever, or some fries left. And I'll eat those. But I'm usually not ordering something myself. But I do love a burger. Do I eat a McDonald's burger? Every blue moon. Every blue moon I'll order one too when I'm getting the baby something. But really, there's no place I'd rather go out. And I like homemade burgers. I love homemade burgers. Those backyard burgers, they're the best. If they have onions, pickles, cheese, mustard, and mayonnaise. That's usually when we go to the beach. It's usually, I put some tomatoes and lettuce, but it's not necessary to have tomatoes and lettuce. But if tomatoes and lettuce are there, yes, I'll take some all day. And double in pickles. It's every bite has to have pickles in it. But a hamburger every day, I think I could easily do. So let me know in the comments, top 5 foods you can eat every day. Now the other one, probably a little shorter, but I'll go for it anyway because I have the time. It was top 5 cereals. I didn't think I could rank these, but eventually I did. I am kind of surprised by these. In fact, my 10-year-old, 15-year-old self would be aghast. I don't think any of these would have been in my top 5 back in the day. None of them. Back in the day, I like things like Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, Captain Crunch, or Crunch Berries. None of these are on mine, of course. What else I like? Cookie Crisp would have been on there back in the day when I was a kid. 5 cereals when I was a kid. What would have been the 5th cereal? Maybe this cereal would have been on here. I don't think it would have. I don't know what the other cereal would have been. That I would have been like, oh, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over. I don't know. I don't know what the 5th one would have been back when I was a kid. But now, ready? Number 5, Grape Nuts. I love Grape Nuts, man. I love them. I don't get them all the time. Every blue moon I'll get them. But when I do, I just love eating it. Just something about the hard little kernels. It's so satisfying. Now, of course, anyone who's had Grape Nuts before knows you do not fill up an entire bowl. I did when I was a kid. I went, oh man, these are tiny. And as I kept eating it, I made it maybe halfway through the bowl and I was like, I'm full. And I never thrown cereal away, but I was so full because those little Grape Nuts fill you up. And so every blue moon, I'll get some and eat them, and I love them. In fact, it's been a while, so maybe I should get some more. But that is easily number 5. Number 4 is the only non-healthy one here, or the only one with, artificial sugar. Anyway, Frosted Flakes. I love me some Frosted Flakes. I get the big old bag of Tony the Tiger Frosted Flakes every once in a while, and I get to treat myself to a whole big whatever pound bag that is at Walmart. And I will feast on Frosted Flakes for a few weeks. They are great, just like Tony the Tiger says, and I am a huge fan of that cereal. That's really the only sugary cereal that I have on this list. Let me see here. No, I don't want to make a change here. I thought I was going to make a change here, but I'm not. Man. Yeah, I am going to make the change. I am making the change. Number 3 is now corn checks. Wheat and rice. Actually, I don't really like rice checks. They seem to go soggier faster than any of the other checks for some reason. Wheat checks are good, but to be honest, the corn checks are my favorite. I don't get them now because my girls love them, and that box is gone in 2 days because the girls will eat cereal all day long if they can. So I don't really get them that much because the girls eat them really quick, but they are delish. I've always loved corn checks for a long time. They've been my favorite. I remember my mom used to get corn, rice, and wheat or whatever, and I hated the rice ones. I hated them. And the wheat ones were fine, but the corn ones were the best, and that's the only flavor I get today. Corn Chex, locking in my number 3. Number 2 that I switched out for last minute is Raisin Bran. I will go get the Sam's Club big box of Raisin Bran. I will feast on Raisin Bran. It's funny because I don't think this was something my dad got a lot of, and we didn't eat it that much. I remember thinking, the raisins are good, but I hate the bran. And now I think they're just wonderful together. They work so well together. Even when I get a big bite of bran flakes, I really enjoy that bite of bran flakes without the raisins, even though I like the raisins in there. It's one of the few, I can eat raisins out of a box, and I can eat raisins in my cereal, but I don't like raisins in anything else. It's weird. Not cooked, I hate cooked raisins more than anything, but Raisin Bran, awesome. Like I said, number 2 cereal there. It's a go-to. I do get these too, in and out. This is a very common one for me to get. That one reason the girls don't like them. I don't think they like raisins either. We bought them like the little box of sun-made, sun-dried raisins, thinking they would eat that. These are girls who cry over Brussels sprouts and want more broccoli, and they did not like the raisins. So they love grapes. They love any type of fruit, but raisins, screw raisins. They don't like them. I remember getting a little box of sun-made when we had those itty-bitty tiny boxes, but I'd save them, and when I ate Raisin Bran, I'd pour those extra raisins in there because I wanted more raisins in my Raisin Bran. Back in the day, it seemed like you could rarely get enough raisins in a box of Raisin Bran. But maybe that's why the box is so expensive today, because those raisins ain't cheap. But boy, do I love me some Raisin Bran. Easily my number 2. Number one, Cheerios. I eat them all the time. Got another box in my, right now, as of this, I'm still eating through the Monster cereals. After Halloween, they go on sale for like 75 bucks a piece. 75 cents a box. And my wife gets me all 4 flavors. And there's Caramella Crunch now. And I eat them in this order. Caramella Crunch, then Frankenberry, then Boo Berry, then Count Chocula. Boo Berry used to be my favorite, but now I think Count Chocula is. I've fallen with the masses and fallen in love with Count Chocula more. But that's usually the order I eat them in that exact order. Now, really wish, Caramella Crunch is all right, but I think this is their 2nd year on the shelf. But I really wish they bring back Yummy Mummy. They brought back Fruit Brute before. He pops up every once in a while, but Yummy Mummy was only once in my adulthood. When I was a kid, it was Yummy Mummy. He was the 4th cereal. And that ended in the mid-'80s, I want to say. And so then it went to 3. But I always remember there being a fruity one. I couldn't remember who it was. My mind had forgotten. And then when they brought back all 5 of them with Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy, I was like, oh, Yummy Mummy, that was the one. I couldn't remember the name of it and everything. And the internet wasn't around, or it was, but all that useless information wasn't around back then. But I really wish they'd bring back Yummy Mummy. I'd like to try that one again. I did get another Fruit Brute when it came out. But Yummy Mummy was always a good one, I remember. That was one from my childhood. Fruit Brute's more 70s. But I'm eating through that right now. But there is a box of Cheerios. And get this. I love to put honey on my Cheerios. But I hate Honey Nut Cheerios. I will not eat Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios will expire in our cabinet and be thrown away before I eat them. And I don't know why. I like pouring real honey on my Cheerios. But I hate Honey Nut Cheerios. I can't explain it. But if I can eat Cheerios plain too. I love Cheerios plain. But with a little bit of honey drizzled on top, that's always the best. In fact, that's the only reason I use the honey. That way I always make sure we stocked up on honey when I'm having my Cheerios. So there is my top 5 cereals I love today. And then top 5 as a kid was probably, Fruity Pebbles number 1, Cocoa Puffs number 2. What did I say? Number 3. Number 4 would be... See, I've already forgotten. Oh, no. Crunch Berries would have been number 3. Number 4 would have been... I was a Pops guy. I like Pops a lot. I used to like Honeycomb a lot. Ooh, Golden Grams. I didn't have it that much, but it was good. Cookie Crisp would have been in there. Probably number 4, Cookie Crisp. Number 5. I don't know what number 5 would have been. It always changed up. I don't think there was ever a 5th one that I was always like, this is my go-to. This is the one I always get. I hated Fruit Loops. I hate Yucky. We call it Yucky Charms around the house. It's nasty too. But anyway, tell me what your top 5 cereals were, and I'll see you next time on Saturday Morning Samoflange.